It was summer on the island of Sodor. Percy enjoyed working in the sunshine, and he liked being able to say hello to all his friends. "Hello, Nelson," Percy called. Nelson was so busy he barely had time to hunt back. He was carrying machines everywhere, from the yard to the sites and all the way home. Day after day, Nelson was carrying until his axles ached. Just once, he thought to himself, I'd like to be carried. That night, Nelson had a dream. He dreamed he was sailing through the countryside. The breeze was blowing. He was enjoying himself, and he realized he was being carried. The next morning, Miss Jenny woke him from his dream. "Thomas has had an accident at Maythwaite Crossing," said Miss Jenny. "The Fat Controller needs you to take him to the repair yard." Nelson hoped his friend Thomas was all right. When Nelson arrived, he saw Thomas had come off the rails and had broken a wheel. "Thank you for coming," chuffed Thomas. "We'll get you back in no time," replied Nelson. Nelson had to be very careful. He'd never carried a steam engine before. Thomas's driver and Nelson's operator set to work at once. Nelson struggled as he winched Thomas aboard. "You're heavier than a bulldozer and a steamroller put together," Nelson exclaimed. Thomas was surprised. "I'm only a tank engine," he said. Soon Nelson was on his way, but Thomas was heavy. Nelson had to work very hard. He puffed, he panted, he pulled. Soon they were making excellent time. Thomas was impressed. "You're a very good carrier," said Thomas. "Thank you," said Nelson. "I pull trucks and coaches all day long," added Thomas. "It's good to be carried for a change." "I'd like to be carried sometime," said Nelson, "but who would be big enough to carry me?" Soon they arrived at the repair yard. "Well, John," said the Fat Controller, "you are a really useful truck." Nelson was tired, but he felt very proud. "You can leave Chubbish on the lawn order," said the Fat Controller. "Miss Jenny needs you back at the yard immediately." "Yes, sir," said Nelson. "I'll drive as fast as I can." "That won't be necessary," said the Fat Controller. "I'm taking you!" cried Percy. Nelson could not believe what he had heard. Soon Nelson was aboard Percy's low loader, and with a shout of "Thank you, everyone," they were off. Percy was giving Nelson a splendid ride. It was as magical as he had dreamed. All Nelson had to do was look and listen as the beautiful Sodor countryside rolled peacefully by. "It's an excellent day," said Nelson cheerfully. Percy was happy. His friend was enjoying himself.